Hello and welcome to Tales Across. I know this is not the game you were expecting to see unless you were clicking on the archive where it was clearly labeled as such, but due to some stuff that happened yesterday, we decided it would be better to do another episode of this, makeup episode of this, instead of doing the insanity of a magical girl velociraptor. So, I mean, I there could be a magical girl velociraptor Digimon. I wouldn't put it past it, but anyways, that is neither here nor there. I'm Thomas, your game master, and I'm joined by Ari Wolf.
Guys, Ari here, and I'm playing Conundrum, the Chosen.
I'm also joined by Crystal and Kitsune.
Hi, I'm Crystal Kitsune, and I am playing Tawny, the... What's the name I played?
Maverick.
Maverick. I don't know why, but I wanted to say the Reverend, and I was like, wait, that's not right.
The Reverend.
At all.
I mean, that could be a partner playbook, honestly.
That's a movie.
I feel like that could be a partner playbook.
But, the introduction digivolves to Mistral.
Hi, I'm Mistral, and I will be playing Corey, the Paradox.
And what? We get Radical Dishonesty.
Hi, I'm Radical Dishonesty. I'm playing Travis the Adrift.
Yeah, I admit that last one did not land. That last little intro blip, I was like,
It was a good try, but
no,
dude.
that one just fell flat. Anyways, today we're continuing our playtest of Champions Bond, a game I wrote that's a hack of the Masks, a new generation game that is for playing games of a kid and their Mond and the connection between them. No particular new updates. Last week we had our session 0 for our Mask game, which is going to be what's normally going to be running in this time slot. So keep an eye out for that. That is going to be some fun stuff out there. Big game. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun and not a lot of craziness. But yeah. Other than that, I think let's get on to the recap here, because as I didn't ask anyone else to think about what the recap was, I'm just going to quick kind of go over the notes here. The fight continued with Doberman, and eventually Ethan convinced Corey for him to load up an experimental program to his Digivice which would allow for a basically a code adapter to allow the Digimon to run in other type of environments caused by the various rifts to different digital worlds. It's successful. It worked, doing two things: turning his Digivice Classic into a D3, and allowing Kunmon to digivolve to Flymon, which, however, was not enough to overcome Doberman due to the fact that, well, being trained by a pacifist is not typically conducive to being a battle-hardened fighting machine. But even though when all hope seemed lost, something fired a laser from the forest, which essentially disintegrated Doberman, causing him to, and it resulted in him disappearing in a way very different than you had seen Digimon who had been destroyed go away before. After some talking with Ethan and his twin sister Ariana, as Ariana's kind of like expressed gratitude to both Tawny and Travis, chewed out Ethan over this being clearly his fault, at least as far as her mind's concerned. Excuse me. And Ethan kind of discussed some little stuff like that. Don't care really much about the details because I did not actually rewatch this at all recently at all, so whatever. It happened. I'll probably look at it at some point. Anyways. you guys eventually went off into the woods to try to see what the mysterious sniper that took out Doberman was, and Kunmon managed to find a Digimon-looking rifle, which then proceeded to explode, launching him out of the thing. When then suddenly Aegeomon showed up and said, you think he killed Doberman? No, he's coming back. For whatever reasons, he's pretty confident that he's coming back from that. In what form? In which series? In what episode? Who knows? But these are all things that have transpired once before, and may yet transpire again. Ominous warning number 43. Let's get started.
Joy.
So, to start things off here, we're going to actually switch the camera view to the actual play view instead of the introductory view. But we're gonna kind of skip ahead like a week or maybe two. We're not gonna keep close track on that, but time passes. So, this is something that's kind of. So we're going to try testing a little work in progress thing for the Chosen here. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and do a roll plus your duty marked. So just do
the right sheet.
Basically, you're just going to roll 2d6s and add how many times you've checked off your duty.
Which I haven't at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Roll. Held 4.
That's good. Nothing happens. Still get to mark experience though. No. Basically, the higher you roll here, the more likely the interests of your authority are going to butt into your life. So. It is one of those reverse moves, like when you get stressed, you want to roll low so that you can get away scot-free. Yeah. So all right, nothing happens there. So
cool.
Yeah. A couple of weeks have passed. Tawny, I think, stuff has happened and such that Tawny is not going to be heading back, even though she was clearly here just for a tournament, which is now somehow, for her brother, which now has become some sort of massively overwrought situation. It probably won't come up, but...
Details. It's fine.
They're having their own adventure independent of this game. We'd have to do a different game to resolve those.
Yes.
I'm sure everything will be fine. It's not like the world's gonna end over it or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a children's card game. It shouldn't be that dire.
This is not a children's card game.
Yeah, not like it's concerning the end of the
About
world.
your sibling.
Huh?
We were talking about your sibling.
Oh, what is my sibling doing?
We're just explaining why apparently the whole tournament has escalated. That's why you're still here in
Isn't
England.
that what always happens?
Saying it's not like the world is ending or anything. It's only a children's card game.
Again.
Fine. It's fine.
But yeah, so
Anyway.
School has gone on and everything like that. But you guys have dealt with a few incursions from the digital world, but you've resolved them much more readily than Gladimon. At least with less fatalities.
Oops. I'm sorry. It was an accident.
Less rooming out.
A little bit. But anyways, as you guys, Corey, we're gonna kind of do this. It's about midday right now, so
okay.
mid-afternoon. Like everyone's kind of like school is just kind of like you're all like in school. If those in school are probably like in their last period, so close to the end. But you're just kind of I picture you're just kind of wandering the city right now, just kind of patrolling. I guess is the best way to describe what you're doing probably right now. Keeping an eye out for any signs of that weirdo Aegeomon. and any sign of his prophesized Doberman resurrection, and of course the whole thing that any sign of those snipers, which there has been none. As you walk past the museum, you notice that there is a plume of smoke rising up from we'll call it the East Wing, where you know that the lab of the Digimon researchers is. What do you and Kunmon do?
Grab Kunmon and run towards it.
You have short legs. We need to run.
Short legs! Short legs!
So do you just pick him up and like put him on your head and then just take off? Because that would be really cute.
I don't know if he fits on the head.
Well, we did say Kunmon was a runt.
Yes, it's a runt. He is like 3 feet tall instead of like 5.
Runt as in a bit larger than Wormon instead of human size.
He's a top hat. It's fine.
No, Kunmon is usually like hanging from his shoulder.
Yeah, like it's like enough that he can curl up and claim he's a backpack.
Yes.
Aww. I'm sorry. That was really cute.
But yeah, so that's kind of the so you kind of go running in. Surely, hopefully not to get blamed for this particular fire hazard.
And if I do, what else is new?
Thankfully, though, it's a small town museum, not a busy day. School's still in session, and it's late enough in the day that there wouldn't be like a field trip or anything going on. So you kind of pass, as you kind of go running in, you pass like a few of the museum workers running off, kind of coughing. There's smoke billowing from that part of the museum, and you just kind of like you see like the ticket. I don't know what you call a person who kind of deals with the people come into a museum. Is it like a cashier? Is it an attendant? I don't know. I don't have the terminology in my lexicon for that.
Yeah, they could be considered a cashier and attendant, sometimes a receptionist.
Yeah, it's either way, that person. That I lack a succinct way to expound upon. So, but words. Yeah, but you see smoke kind of billowing from the wing where their lab is stationed. So it's what do you do?
Hurrying over there to try to see if anyone is still in there and needs help.
On your way there, as you kind of are running down that way, a small explosion happens, because this is where we're going with this, and you hear down, like there's like a fork where everything is down. This is the way you would be going to get to to their lab, but this is where you hear that like the sudden yell. What do you do?
I tell Kunmon to check out the lab while I check out the explosion.
Okay, so you're splitting the party. This is not going to end in tears. So, all right, we'll get to Kunmon in a second here, but as you kind of run down the hallway, you see that there is looks like one of the townspeople is kind of stuck underneath a small. What was originally like an arch, like Stonehenge style, that was set up there. Talking about like the various structures that were made in like the era of like the Druids and everything. So, but it looks like it collapsed when that last explosion, something it shook the building enough and it toppled down, and he's kind of pinned underneath one of the things. They're not actually made out of stone because he's not smushed instantly, because like that other thing, but they're very bulky things, and they're not light. So it looks like he's kind of pinned under there. What do you do?
Look around for something to try to use as a wedge to pry it up.
You actually, I'm gonna say this is a time where you're gonna need to roll for this one. This is a wonder. So roll plus star.
Nine.
Okay. Oh yeah, your star is -1 then.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you get to on a 7 to 9. You get to ask one on the list. So, which friend will have the biggest impact? What happened here recently? What's the best way forward? What am I missing? What here can I use to blank?
Probably what here can I use to save them?
All right. Yeah, you're kind of looking around, like obviously, like fire isn't the thing. Smoke inhalation is the bigger issue. So you need to get him out of here as quickly as possible. So you kind of look around. You notice there is like some. You look over and you see a bunch of like dressed up mannequins, and one of them seems to be holding a notable, like a fairly large spear. You don't know whether or not it's a real relic or not, but you figure it could probably be still used to kind of pry up enough to kind of get the guy out.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Grab it, wedge it under the arch and push down to try to hoist it up a little.
All right. Go ahead and roll plus shield as you try to overcome adversity.
Seven.
All right. So on a 7, on a hit, you overcome the danger or obstacle. I will tell you how your victory is temporary or costly. So we're actually going to kind of not see what Kunmon saw on his own, because like you kind of hold him up, you letting the person out, and as you kind of like set it down, wondering where Kunmon is, a wall has shattered. Kunmon kind of lands sprawling at your feet, looking pretty beat up right now, and you see a hulking shadow standing before you, and like if this was a thing, you would see the silhouette, but not the actual details of it. But it is huge. Like I would say, probably like 10 feet tall. But before we reveal that, I'm going to kind of jump onto everyone else here, because this is not the Corey show.
It isn't?
No.
How dare you, Digimon? No.
How dare you?
That's rude. How dare you? That's so mean.
Hey, I got to tell him how his victory was temporary or costly. In this case,
I know.
it took him enough time that Kunmon got hurt, because Kunmon needs Corey around to help.
I know. Still, poor Kunmon.
So I'm going to say, did we establish that Candlin and Travis are at like the same school building at least? You know, they're not the same year.
Yeah, same building, different years.
Yeah, like so. I'm going to say is, you know, like you guys are kind of, school is getting out here, and you guys kind of, you know, just like wave at each other because you know you know each other and everything. And suddenly you see 3 fire trucks heading into town, into the heart of town. And you look up and you see a big billowing smoke thing in the distance.
Is this everyone? By
No,
the
this
way?
is just these
Nah,
two.
this is
Just those two.
because
Okay.
we're at the school.
I was gonna say
And
you're
we're
at school.
not
I
with
was like, wait, I wouldn't be at school. I'm
No.
confused.
No, you'd be somewhere else.
I'm elsewhere.
So Ken's probably gonna turn to Travis and be like, I think that's the lab. We should probably go see what's going on.
Does it have to be a Digimon thing? Does everything have to be a Digimon thing?
Yes. Yes, it does.
I'm getting major
Yeah.
Joe. I'm starting to get Joe vibes
Hold
from
on,
Travis.
hold on.
Really.
Anyway, welcome to being a Digidestined. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Go.
Yes,
I am
so
now
they're
imagining you running.
They're gonna run towards
So
Yes.
what's Tawny doing?
Um,
What's Tawny doing instead of working on her homeschooling?
well, I think for a while there she was on the phone with her brother,
Mhm.
trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and why he's taking so long.
Yeah, and then the phone, like, I'm gonna say this, the phone just suddenly goes dead, like, complete, like, the connection just kind of ceasing.
And I'm sure it's not something that's going on on my side. It's something going on his side.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell is going on this time?
It's just as you say,
Shadow Realm again.
just as soon as you say that, you see a couple of fire trucks running past you downtown. You kind of pause, kind of like...
Again, I say, what the hell is going on this time?
it's a usual thing.
And I picture, unlike the rest of you, like, Tawny doesn't, like, jump into action, like, oh no, I gotta see what's going wrong.
I think her response is just, not again.
And no, I just say, like, you wait there a bit, and eventually, you see Kendall and Travis kind of booking it along, trying to move along the same route that the trucks were going.
With Vorbromon hopping along behind. I'm sorry, I had to add that.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
but that's what I see him doing. His wings kind of behind him, flapping, him running behind them.
Mm-hmm.
He's short.
Probably what
so
he'll do, yeah.
If he's short, there's not much else he can do unless you pick him up.
Yeah.
He's also heavy, so there's not much more I
So
can
I'd say,
do.
yeah,
even
he's a
if I-
rock. He's the rock dragon. So
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are chasing. You just see Tawny kind of like I picture just face palming and just shaking her head. Just no, not again. No.
Not again.
No.
Not again. Not again.
So your mom probably saying they should help them.
Why?
It looks like they need help.
Why can't they ever just handle stuff on their own?
And it's not like you can help your brother right now.
busted.
No one can help my brother right now. He's an idiot.
That's great.
Anyway,
Yeah. That happens. You see the other two kind of booking along. Kind of. You two see everyone but Corey sees each other. Woo!
Why not Corey?
Corey's already there.
I know.
else.
So, like, what do you guys
Okay.
say as you kind of come?
I just kind of like begrudgingly just walk up, hands in my pockets, just like, fine.
Thanks for joining us.
It's not because I like you or anything.
Baka.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Gwendolyn just kind of stares at her, raises.
Yeah,
an
we know.
eyebrow.
Travis completely misses the thing. He's like, yeah, we know.
But they're in front of the building now, right?
You're like a block or two away from it.
Okay. So
But yeah, so there's a little bit more of a jog ahead, but
still gotta run.
so yeah, so as
I mean,
the
Ken's gonna keep going until she gets there because
yep, just
billowing black smoke out of the sky, it screams Digimon.
Yeah.
So,
so Corey, as you see this big giant figure kind of take a step forward to you, there's something about it just throws you like your brain is just like no. It feels familiar in the worst ways. But you see it steps forward, and the first thing you can make out of it is like its giant clawed red furred feet. And it slows forward, you see its like lanky arms start kind of coming in, its spiked shoulders, and its 3-horned dog-like hat. It's a Wendigomon. The corrupt evolution of Pokemon and Lopmon.
Yeah, don't have to continue.
I know, but this is also for the viewers too, so.
Why did I see this coming?
The fact is, this was planned for a while, actually, so your
I
discussion
know.
was... When you said, it's not like you're going to use Wendigomon, and I'm just like, oh, you think that?
Crap.
For the viewers at home.
There we go.
Because our GM is a jerk.
This was incidental,
No,
actually.
I'm kidding.
This was like, I was just picking it for like, oh yeah, this is kind of fits the archetype I want to go in here. Not thinking a bit about your backstory on that one.
Oops. Nice job.
So yeah, you see that. And you know what? Go ahead and roll for getting stressed out, because there is trauma there, and I feel like this is the point where that trauma is. Roll plus conditions marked.
Okay, and that is 2d6s?
Yep. Anytime I say roll, it's going to be a 2d6. Plus 1 for each condition you already have marked.
Yep, I got one condition. Okay, that'll be 3.
That's actually good.
I was about to say, that was a nice slow roll for that one.
Yeah, that was the best time to roll those snake eyes. So you stand strong. Like, describe how you basically hold firm in the face of this, and then mark experience.
Jump in. In front of Kunmon, kind of just wrapping around him, standing between him and... Okay, I want to say Cocomon. This is just...
Well, to be fair, that's what your brain is probably thinking. Like,
yes, my brain would be thinking Cocomon, because I only know him as Cocomon.
Yeah. Okay, but how do you... Like, how do you go... I guess the better... Like, that's what you do, that's fine. Like, we'll resolve that thing. But how do you, like... What lets you go... How do you muscle past the PTSD kind of stuff?
Just kind of force myself to... keep going. Try to convince myself, okay, this can't possibly be...
The same one.
Yeah, be the same. This can't be Lopmon.
Yeah.
This is just... there's something going on. This is just in my head.
Yeah. So... Yeah, but then again, then you move yourself to that, and that's going to be you triggering... Actually, it'd be triggering something if we were playing Masks. There's no defend others move in this game. Actually, no. What you're trying to do is you're trying to rally your partner. When you leap to your partner's aid when they're in danger, roll plus star. That perfectly describes the situation.
$11.
All right. On a 10 plus, choose 2. Create an opportunity for them, charge a tag, or gain a tie to your partner. Also, go ahead and say your partner basically digivolves now, because that's also the move we're using for Digivolution once we've established it.
Yeah. Probably gain a tie and create an opportunity.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you have a suggestion, or do you want me to give you that opportunity?
No, probably whatever you.
All right. So yeah. So you kind of shelter it from the thing, and it kind of like looks at the giant hulking Wendigamon. Kind of looks at you quizzically a little bit, and then kind of reaches out one of his giant hands, seemingly like to grab you, and that's when Kunmon kind of bursts forth as Flymon and kind of catching the Wendigamon off guard. What does the Kunmon Flymon do?
Yeah.
That's it.
What does Kunmon do?
Oh,
You're
okay.
suddenly Flymon.
Honestly, I haven't been acting as Kunmon this entire game, so...
There wasn't really dialogue, so it's like, I was directed at both of you.
Okay, then rewind.
You're fighting Wendigamon.
Okay.
And Corey just distracted, kind of jumped in to try to protect you from allowing you to digivolve. And now suddenly it was about to reach for Corey when you burst forth as Flymon, and it's now Wendigamon has been left off guard.
Just a second, I need to look at my attacks. Poison powder, which is just like it's like throwing. Well, it's like what it says on the tin, basically.
Yeah.
Poison powder.
All right, so sounds like you're trying to go toe to toe.
Yes.
Corey, go ahead and roll plus your bountiful fire stat there. Yeah.
4.
Yep.
The dice know.
To be fair, your dice haven't been rolling high at all for anything except for maybe saving people.
Yeah, your dice know.
Okay. So when you go toe to toe and just... Yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to be addressed. That makes me feel better about some of my decisions with version 0.2. Alright. Yeah, no, he just does kind of his the stretchy arm thing he does and just smacks Flymon back across the room. And as you know, he kind of stretches up his torso and the gun strips that are on his chest. Digimon, you are so extra. And he starts charging up. What I'm going to say is, what conditions do you have marked right now?
Afraid.
Mark afraid again, because... No, actually, you know what? Mark angry. As this is like... This is kind of like I feel like it is a frustration point. You resolved this. This was supposed to be over, and you're not necessarily angry at the Wendigamon. You're kind of just angry at the unfairness of this all. You're trying to do the right thing, and it just keeps forcing your hand in this regard, and it's just bubbling up in you. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. But as it starts charging the thing, the three of you kind of suddenly slide onto scene, and you see this. 10-foot tall monster about ready to shoot bunches of lasers at a bashed back Flymon. What do you do?
Tawny's response is just, oh shit.
Instead, go straight to defense mode. I would have
To defense mode. I summon Ken in defense mode.
We are not bringing the card game into this.
I play Ken face down in defense mode.
You were asking for it.
You didn't have to take the bait. Anyway, Ken's first reaction is to tell Doromon to attack, probably with his signature cannonball. I will call it now. So yeah, he'll attack whatever this thing is with metal cannon.
Okay. Go ahead and roll go toe to toe.
Which was fire, right?
Right.
Okay. I don't need 4 dice. Roll. 6.
Does anyone want to spend team to bump that one up and help out?
Ha!
I will.
How do you help?
I'm gonna send Tapermon in there.
How does Tapirmon help? Does like Tapirmon just kind of do like a fog screen to kind of mask where the ball is coming from? Or something?
No, no, I think at the same time, as the attacks, Tapermon will use the Holy Shoot with the, which is the explosion of the small ball of light. So it's attacking.
Okay, so it's kind of like the
Yeah.
kind of pincer. Okay, yep. All right, so you get to choose one from the go toe to toe list.
Okay, take control of the situation. Takes something from them. Opportunity. Create an opportunity.
Okay. So, and then I get to pick one as well. All right. So, what do you have in mind for your opportunity before I pick?
Oh, I guess the opportunity would be to allow Flymon English. Give Flymon a chance to get back up and get ready for the fight again,
Mhm.
or if he needs to get up and get out of the way, to take a break for a
Yeah,
sec.
you
before he
basically
comes back in.
you give
I'm
Flymon.
letting him give it up.
All right. So yeah. So Kokomon not Kokomon, Wendigomon. You got me doing this. You got me doing it.
Mood. I love it.
Chooses to take something from you, and that something is Corey.
Lovely.
No!
Do not take my Corey!
Can't do that.
And he begins kind of like he kind of does like like a one-handed gorilla run, and it starts running away from you. You three plus flying.